Hey, what's going on, Bladers? This is CoroCoro. So today we actually have a new release of the CoroCoro PhoenixFeather Blade. And honestly, this thing is beautiful. Now before we get into the review, I do actually have a giveaway that I posted maybe about 4 or 5 hours ago. So go ahead and check that video out if you want to try and take a chance at winning the CoroCoro PhoenixFeather. All right, let's take a look at the CoroCoro magazine first, and then we're going to take a look at the blade. So I'm not too sure how many of you actually know about CoroCoro. I know it has a history with Beyblade, but for Pokemon fans like myself, this used to be the best magazine to come around because it used to have a lot of spoilers when it came to the next game or just maybe the anime and such. But hey, we're not talking about Pokemon, we're talking about Beyblade. And in this installment, we're going to be having a new little prize inside the magazine, which is the BX-00 PhoenixFeather. And this book is only going to cost you 700 yen, so it's about like $5 USD. So I would say definitely try not to pay way too much for this, but I know in shipping, because this is a very heavy book, it might cost you an extra few bucks just for that weight. Now once you break open the CoroCoro, you're gonna have a lot of nice little like gimmick things. You got like some cards in this little sleeve. You're gonna have some information on Pokemon, and then here we're gonna have a little bit more information on Beyblade X. Now once you open it up, you are gonna have some PhoenixFeather action going on. It's gonna just tell you about some information and basically how to use the Beyblade. Now if you purchase the PhoenixFeather as well and you have your CoroCoro, you can go ahead and scan this QR code and you will get the blade itself in your mobile app. And then when you open it up further, you're just gonna have some Phoenix wing action. It's gonna give you some basic descriptions, probably a little bit of lore, because this is the dude that's gonna be actually using this bay. So probably a little bit of lore about him, and you're gonna be seeing him for the first time in this CoroCoro. Now inside, you're gonna have a full color page of this new team over here. I don't have their information, but basically you're gonna have all 3 of these members, and here you're gonna have the Phoenix wing. And then here's going to be a new unicorn bay that's going to be coming out in January. The blader up here. And then a Sphinx type of bay that looks very defensive, and I'm actually pretty stoked for this one. And its blader is right here. Now of course you can go ahead and read the manga in here, but if you don't speak Japanese, it's going to take you a while to try and translate everything. So just be patient. I'm pretty sure the translation scans are going to be coming out in the near future. Alright guys, so that's it for the book. Let's go ahead and move on to the blade. Now talk about beautiful. This is a very beautiful blade. And I'm just going to compare it real quick to the Phoenix wing. And it does seem to be possibly almost the same size, I would say. It kind of looks about the same. I'm not really seeing much of a core difference, but man, these two, they're both going to be in my deck. Honestly, they're just too beautiful not to have just going out there and just doing some battles, regardless of the meta that this one's going to be in. Now once again, this is not going to come with a ratchet or a bit, but they do recommend using a 360, which you can get this one with the red drawn sword, and using a red flat, which I think this one comes with the red drawn sword as well. Now a lot of people have been saying this is more of a stamina type looking blade. I can't really agree. I think it just looks more like a weaker attack. It seems to be more in line with the drawn sword, just not as, I would say, edgy, and the blades don't seem to come out that much. So if I compare it to the drawn sword right here, yeah, it seems like it doesn't really come out as much. This seems a little bit more pointy than the Phoenix feather. So yeah, I think this is just going to be a much weaker attacker because it's smaller. Let's go ahead and see what the weight is like. Got 34. And for comparison, let's put the drawn sword here. We got 34 as well. Now I must say, I'm so happy that the blade itself is not painted because it just looks so good with that metal all clean and exposed. I honestly just want to go ahead and polish it and just make it look so beautiful on a display on the shelf. So I probably am going to do that because I really love the motif on this. The Phoenix is just such a powerful beast, and it's been my favorite since the plastic era. So beautiful kit. I can't wait to just go ahead and start using it. So with that said, let's go ahead and start playing. So the first battle is going to be the PhoenixFeather with the 360 and a flat. This one's going to be a drawn sword with a 360 and a T. So let's go ahead and see who wins. Now the Phoenix beat out the drawn sword with pretty much all spin outs, but obviously with me just being the only one testing, it could really go either way. But let's go ahead and try another battle. So let's try out the Phoenix against the Knight, which has a 380 point. Now the Phoenix was bested by the Knight, which is a heavy defense type, which pretty much has a good dominance over attack types. But honestly, this, with me doing it with the ripped string and not the cord, I'm not giving it as much power as it really needs to overcome the defense types. So take that as you will, but yeah, I think this is pretty much a one-sided battle with the defense beating the attack. Now in summary, this is a very beautiful blade. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to make that much of an impact in the overall meta. Maybe some people can actually do some pretty cool things with it based on their customization options. But honestly, right now, I'm looking at it and I don't really see why I should use this over any other, you know, like maybe the drawn dagger or even the shark edge when it comes to direct impact attack type bays. So I'm gonna be using this because I don't care about the meta. I just care about cool looking bays. And I will probably stick with a 360 ratchet. The bit, however, I might actually go with either a low flat or I might just keep a regular flat. I'm still haven't really decided. I'm gonna do some like individual test runs just to really see how it works on the battlefield based on the rip cord and the actual rip string. So we'll see what happens. But let me know in the comment section below exactly what you're gonna be doing with this bay and your customizable options, and if you're gonna add this to your deck. But other than that, guys, thank you all for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next review / video or whatever else I decide to do. Thanks. Bye.